Hello everyone, this is Alex from Swoosh English. Constantly, on a daily basis, getting asked from our VIP paid students or paid program students or other students who are looking at our YouTube, Facebook channels, emails, etc., asking me whether the OET have an abbreviation, a recommended abbreviations list, okay? For example, BP for blood pressure is accepted, but another kind of abbreviation is not accepted. There is, I don't want to disappoint you, however, there is no recommended abbreviations list that they put out, and a lot of students, they're constantly asking this, and there isn't this available. And what I would say is, in your OET writing, play it safe, okay? Play it safe and just use the full words, okay? What, for example, you might see the word blood pressure in the case notes and you want to write BP. Now, I'm not saying it will or won't get, you'll lose marks, for example, because I generally don't know based on, I'm not an OET examiner, but I would say most cases, you're there to display your English language writing ability. So make sure you use the full words. Don't take the chance, okay? Even if, for example, you're writing to someone who's a fellow medical professional, you could be writing to a specialist, for example, cardiologist, whatever. You're writing a referral letter to a colleague who's also, of course, a medical professional, asking for a second opinion, etc., etc. Even though these people know and understand these abbreviations, and the examiners would have seen these abbreviations before, another one could be N and V for nausea and vomiting, okay? In your head you might be thinking you're impressing the examiner, but I would just say, as an English teacher, thinking about what another English teacher wants when I'm talking about the OET examiner, write the full words. Don't try to, you could be trying to save a few seconds by writing BP, but I think you're just better off just using blood pressure and showing as well, you can really understand the requirements of a formal letter. Abbreviations generally would be used in an informal letter. This is a formal letter, and even though, the task is, for example, to write to, a colleague about a second opinion, or you're referring someone for specialist treatment, and the person who's receiving the letter and reading the letter is a medical professional, it's actually an English examination, and the reality is that a cardiologist, a specialist, a colleague, a fellow doctor, a fellow nurse, whatever, they're not reading this. It's an examiner. So of course you've got to pretend that you're writing to a medical professional, but actually in reality it's an English teacher who's marking this. So just use full words. Don't spend energy, don't spend mental energy thinking about this abbreviation's right, that abbreviation's wrong. Just focus on using the full word. I wouldn't even waste energy thinking about those things. Just use the full word, okay? And don't get too kind of bogged down in your mind of, I'll get penalised, for this, marks taken off for that. Should I use this abbreviation? Should I not? Forget it. Use the full words. I've probably said that 3 or 4 times now, but I just want to get it in your mind, not to think about using abbreviations the whole way through. You're not impressing anyone. Just use the full words. Hopefully this video was helpful to you today. Download your free 3-part OET video series at swooshenglish.com. That's SWOOSH English.com. And if you have any questions about today's video, make sure you put them in the message box below.